Well, hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet, and today you've got something a little bit special for you. We are going to be having a first look at a new tennis management game. It is Absolute Tennis Manager. Now, you might be aware that my channel features quite a lot of tennis management on the weekends. If you are interested, check the channel, and we have a couple of different games and some long Let's Play series going on. But this is a new game, Absolute Tennis Manager, and the developers of this game reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to have a little look and whether I'd be interested in putting a video out. So I was given early access, which is the first time that's ever happened to me, which is absolutely super cool. So I'm going to be giving a little bit of a look through this this new game. It is available for download from a link in the description below, so make sure if you are excited about this, it's a free download, free demo of the game, and if you enjoy it, I think there's the option then to pay for the full game. So yeah, make sure you go and download it from the link below. There's no cards on the table. I don't get anything for this, so I'm just doing a first look on this game. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start a new career. I'll jump through these things, so we'll set this up. So this is the first screen. You see, you got the option of saying where you live, what your family situation is, which is interesting, and this will come back in a bit. It's really quite interesting. Signature, I don't think it matters too much. So okay, we'll validate that and then we'll go on to the next screen. Okay, so at this point we can then start to build our player. So I'm going to build my player and then we'll have a look at him. So you can see I have built my my player here. It's quite cool. You've got the option to alter the character from sort of flexible to rigid. Now presumably this relates to the ability of the character to be flexible in terms of plans, game plans and stuff like that. You also can do right-handed or left-handed, and quite nicely you can be a one-handed backhand player or two-handed backhand player. There's not many one-handed backhand players on the tour anymore. That used to be, I mean, that's how I used to play tennis, so we're going to be one-handed, which it's nice that you get the option of these things. So let's go and generate our visual identity. So here we go. I've got a random picture of FM Llama, which I couldn't actually find one of myself that didn't kind of compress. So there you go. We're going to be FM Llama for the day. And of course we've got channel colors yellow and black. Let's move on. Okay, so this looks a little bit scary, but what this allows you to do is basically generate your player. So you get a certain amount of money to start with, and as you sort of move some of these things, that will take your money down, and you can only go to, I think it's, there's a limit which I think is $20,000 that you hit, and that's as much as you can go. You need the rest for buying stuff in real life. So let's go and set my player up and then we'll come back and tell you what I've done. So actually it's 30,000, so it's only a very small things that you can do initially. I'm not sure if there's a way to alter the amount of money you start with, maybe to make things easier or not. I don't think there is, but you can kind of see all I was able to do was slightly bump up the strength and regularity, which I think relates to the consistency. That's the word, consistency of your shot. So I did that on the serve, the forehand, and the backhand. As normal, I'm not going to be a net player. I'm going to be a rally based player. We've got that then for all of that, and I also increased the constancy up there, which I think is consistency. I think that's a French word because it's in all the games, constancy, and I don't recognize it as an English word. But bizarrely, all of these tennis management games are all made by French developers, so I think that's kind of important to have. You want a consistent player as best as you can, and probably one at this level who can hit the ball fairly hard. Other things that you can do, you've got a bunch of stuff here, so sort of special attributes. You can learn languages, which is kind of important as you get on in the game. You can be better at certain surfaces. You've got certain physical things that you can alter, and also you can think about sort of tactical plans. So it's a whole bunch of stuff here, which I think is really, really cool in terms of creating your player. There's not much you can do with it at this stage, though, which is I guess the downside. You can't. You've only got a very small amount of money to play with, so it's not as if you could kind of make a completely different base player. There's only a few things that you can kind of tweak really until you run out of money. Okay, so that's our player. Let's move on. I think we get into the game now. Well, here we go. We're new on the circuit, but full of promises. Good luck for your career. Thank you very much. This is the main screen, and there is lots going on here. Lots and lots going on here, which I think it's really quite cool, the amount of stuff that's going on here. Now, right up front here, I want to tell you, I think one really good thing, which I think is makes this game stand out from others, and maybe one thing that makes it not maybe quite as good as others, to sort of balance things out. So what you will see all the way down here is a whole load of options, and you can see here there is options for your private life, for holidays, for activities, for your domain, which is your house, your general health, languages. There are so many things, but the cool thing is these things are not just kind of fluff. All of these things link into your ability to play tennis. So for example, your activities, the things that you do, and we'll just click into this because it's important. This is outside of your training, so you're controlling what your player does. So each one of these things will give different boosts. So for example, if we decide to go to the swimming pool, you can see here that will increase our fitness max by 2.5%. We have to pay a little bit of money. That's why we need the money. So we'll start that activity, and you can see we've done it. It's up to 1 point. So we increased by 1.6%. So we did up regulate it. So its activities will increase that, but also training will as well. Now, we're not into the season yet, so training hasn't appeared, but you also see we've got a whole bunch of other stuff, and we'll have a look at all these things as we go. But in the initial part of the game, it's about building up a team around you and getting yourself in a place to be able to compete on the tour. So first things first, I think what we'll do is we'll go into our domain, and if I'm remembering rightly, I have played this like a little while ago on my own, and you can see here we can buy a phone. And the important thing here for the phone is it allows you to book events, ring up people to potentially ring up potential coaches and trainers. You also get offers on all of these things in your home, so you can upgrade your practice courts and all these sort of things. So we'll go on the highest tariff, and there we go. Our phone plan has been modified. We're on the top tariff. One little useful thing here is along the side here, it will tell you what things there are available, basically where something needs to be dealt with, which is kind of nice. There's a really nice email system which allows you to do that. So you can view your emails from this screen, and you just go up here. So we've got an email, it's come in, and we've got a welcome message. Welcome, oh, here it is down here. Welcome to Profit Custard. I'm sure it was the wrong way around. Anyway, Profit Custard on the Tennis Players Circuit. We wish you great success in your career. It doesn't say that. I've ad-libbed there. We'll delete that. So I've talked about things that I think this game does really well. I think one of the things that doesn't quite work is the speed in which the game develops. So what you're required to do initially is to manage what your player is doing in the morning and afternoon of each day. So for example, we're now 8 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday the 22nd of December. We can have a little look at the calendar. I want to put in just the first match. We'll have a look. So we are quite kind of we're about, what are we, 900 in the world, I think it was. They said we were. We can have a look at if we go back up there, we'll be able to see that. So we'll just basically go on to one of these lower events here, and we can register down here, so it will give you the information of how you register. There we go. We'll go into that one so we can see how we get on. So yeah, the calendar's kind of good. You go all the way down through all of the events, which is kind of nice. I'm sure there's a way to filter in here. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but you can also go through on the dates as well, which is kind of nice. Now here's the planner. So you've got your planner here. So January, there you've got your tournament in there. So that's a kind of nice way of seeing how things are set up. I like that. I like that a lot. You've also got your contacts lists here. We haven't got any contacts because we've not phoned anyone, but it will tell you who you've been in contact with, friends and enemies and those sort of things. So there's a lot about relationships in this game as well. So that's important. Okay, let's move on. And as we go, we'll highlight a few things as we go. So yeah, on here it gives you all the information that you need. You've got your ranking, where your next tournament is, your age and other sort of information, physical condition, which is important, and whether you're able to play or not. You notice we have no staff, so that's something we do need to sort out. So yeah, one of the things that starts happening, you start getting offers. So we have here some offers for to put down a hard tennis court for 21 grand. We've only got 30 grand in the bank, so we probably won't be doing that, but we've got a couple of offers there. We need to do an activity. So one of the cool things to do, so we're 1 o'clock on the 22nd, so we can go off and maybe learn a language. So what language do we want to learn? Let's learn, we understand English, let's learn Spanish. And we'll start the activity, and you see we've got a 1.3% level of Spanish language, so we can start to sort of build up our ability to speak in other countries. Now your private life is an interesting one, and this will affect your morale. So you can get a partner, you can then get an update on your relationship status, and you can do this. I think this is so funny. You just click try to make a child. Stop trying to make a child. I love that. That's absolutely brilliant. And then you've got a whole stuff around the relationship, and you can go on holiday with your partner or on your own if you like. Again, using money, but again, what this does is improves your morale. So if you go abroad, you're I don't know, in a particularly tricky time, you go abroad, and that's going to kind of refresh you. Which is, I think, I've never seen this in any game, or any of these management games, that you can actually go on holiday and kind of and go and have a nice time and then come back and you're kind of refreshed. With all of these kind of tennis, all these management games, all this kind of stuff on the side isn't included, and that's what I think this game does so well. Everything is integrated together. One of the other things I really like about this is the detail of the general health. So if you get an injury, you get a complete detail on where the injury is, and then as long as you have a doctor or a physiotherapist in your team, you can then deal with that injury or look to treat that injury, which I think that's another really, really nice feature of the game. So because we're not going to go on forever, I think what we will do is look to install a hard tennis court. This leaves us about 9 grand left above what we have already. So I think this is probably worthwhile to at least have a tennis court at our house. So we're choosing to put that into place. I think it goes in straight away, and yeah, so we can then sort of practice on the tennis court and increase our ability on that surface, which is, yeah, very nice. Right, then we're going to go to the nightclub here. We're going to start the activity. We're going to get an increase in morale and mental coldness. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's a massive reduction potentially in fitness. It's 15%, Jesus. Only 2.4, so it's within that 15%. I think one of the things here, so when I first played this game, one of the things that happened when I went to the nightclub is I met somebody at the nightclub, and that you start a relationship, which was cool. That was really, really cool. I think one of the downsides of this game is the speed at which you progress in these these periods, going through each of the morning, night, morning, mid of day, and night. I think if you were able to speed through that more quickly, or put a plan in place, that would be a better way perhaps of doing it. But it's kind of interesting to watch, or focus on certain things. So we are, for example, you see here, the Spanish language courses we're doing are already at 4.7%. We're now up to 6.8% with that, so I think that's good. I'm not entirely sure what having a decent ability to speaking Spanish does, but it's good to learn, isn't it? So there's a nice little bit up here which I hadn't actually noticed before. This is clickable, so this tells you exactly what you are doing, where you're going, which is a really nice little feature. You've got the tournaments in the week. There's obviously nothing going on at the minute, and then some more sort of general information as to what's going on the circuit. But again, there's nothing going on at the minute, so that is why we don't see anything there. But that's a nice feature, I think. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Now, I'm not 100% sure if there's a way to do this the other way around. I've not figured out how to do this, but I'm sure there must be a way. But we've been offered, or we've received a proposal from Bogdan Popovici, who is a Romanian physiotherapist. Now, we do need a physiotherapist, so he wants a contract of 22 months, and he wants 2% of all prize money. I don't know, and this was something I couldn't work out, is if we pay him a wage. I don't think we do. I think we just say, yeah, that's what you're getting. So we accept both of those, and this seems to be how you bring in in coaches. I've not seen a way of actually contacting the coaches separately. I think that might be through your phone contacts, but we don't have any developed phone contacts at the minute. Okay, so now we have the training thing has arrived, and we can start to install things in this. So, for example, we can put in some stretching on Thursday after our heavy amount of reading. Because we don't have any coaches at the minute, all we can do is kind of more recovery stuff. So or warm up, warm down, because that's what the physio would be telling us to do. The technical stuff we can't do, but it's basically we do this by just dragging stuff in there, which is kind of nice. And then you can build up your training schedules in this way and sort of click forward. So it's kind of a nice, easy drag and drop type way of doing it. Okay, we've got another contact here. So this is, who is it? A physical preparator. What the heck is a physical preparator? Is that training? I don't know. Well, I think we'll he wants to travel first class. My God. Oh, can we say no to that? Yeah, that's fine. 4% of the prize money. That's fine. Yeah, we ain't going to be doing this. So that's all fine. We'll say yes. So send the answer. Will he want to come after we declined his only first class travel suggestion? God, what a tit. And now we finally got here, we can see our staff. So we currently have a physiotherapist. We don't have a coach. We want a coach, but it looks like we've got to wait to find a coach. Until we get a coach, we won't be able to do any proper training. So that's a bit of a bugger. This is better. We have a coach now. So here we go. He is Russian. He wants a 12-month contract. That's fine. He wants, let's have a look at his card. So he is a coach who touch of ball. Oh, accuracy, that's not bad, and spin. Why the hell not? Well, he's better than anyone else we've got. Maybe we'll that's fine. Let's he wants 7% of them. Well, we need a coach right then, so we can start doing some proper training. Right then, so you can see here we have got the option here to train our baseline game, spin, a regularity of shots, a strength of shots. So it's not a massive amount of things that you can put in there, but I don't mind that too much. So let's start with a warm-up in there on Friday, and we'll put a spin, see that, and then we'll warm down. Look at that, like a real person. And then we'll do something different in the afternoon. So what's kind of cool, you can actually set this up so you can copy it for across the different things. And oh, tactical. Let's put a tactical workshop in there. I didn't realize I had that option. I haven't got the physical ones yet, but we have to wait until we get the additional people coming in. We've got a sponsorship deal from Gross, which is an interesting one. So what do they want? So they want a 14-month contract. They will give us $2,000 a month, just over. That sounds pretty good. And we get a little bit more if we win some tournaments. We ain't going to do that, but we'll say yes, 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 yes. Have to promote them 7 times before the 29th of December, and have to have a fan signing 7 times before July of the same year. So we'll say yes to those. That's easy to do. So they can break the partnership if the obligations aren't met. Okay, actually, we can now specifically, I didn't realize this, we can now ring up specific players. So for example, we have in our staff, we don't have a healer or a doctor. So let's go into our contact list. We'll go to healer, and we've got some relationship. He's a decent of 2.5 star. I think that's probably all we're going to get. He's very good with elbows. It's a bit random. You can assault him verbally. Work with this specialist. Okay. Oh. Alright, why? Yeah, it's my... Oh, good God. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this is an interesting sort of negotiation part. I mean, maybe we wait for someone to come to us. Right then, so we're now on to our first tournament in Rosario. So we need to plan to go to the next tournament. So who's going to come with us? Should we bring the coach with us? And probably the healer. We'll leave the physio behind. We've got to travel quite a long way. I should have thought about that. Gives you information. This is 4 degrees, and we'll be moving to 25 degrees. There'll be 5.5% lacking or decrease because of tiredness. We'll go with that. So we're going to be spending, bloody hell, over £1,000. Why have we done this? Bloody hell, we're going to be spending fuckloads of money. And we have an opponent who is significantly better than us. He's a Uwaka, who's 778th in the world. So we get some information on the draw. What does it tell us? So here's the draw. And we can see we're going to be going up against the 6th seed. We are not the worst player in the tournament by any means. We're actually one of the better ones. So let's see what we can do. If we get through the first round, we'll start to get a little bit of money and make up for the hugely expensive flights that we've had to shell out for. Someone's going to have to pay for that. So here you can see the live action as the matches are being played out, which is a nice thing. And this is the match screen. So this is what the match screen looks like. So one of the things, and this is the really cool thing about this, the what this is the really cool thing about the developers. They did ask for some suggestions, and one of the things I would have wanted to see was something that's in all the other games. So you move forward to a decisive point. So that'll be a game point or a break point or a set point. Or you can play a game, or you can play a set, or you can play just a point. So I think all that improves this hugely. So you got all your stats here. Now the difference between this game and all of the other games, and it's another place maybe some people will feel a little bit let down, it is just a text-based game. You don't have any of the you don't have a match to watch. Now, as a Football Manager fan, I've been playing Football Manager since, well, the early 90s. In those days it was just a text-based game, and it was just as fun. And I've played a lot of recent games that are just text-based, and yeah, the graphics are nice to have, the tennis to actually watch the match, but sometimes this is better, because if you haven't got the ability to make something that looks really good, and you don't want to put all the effort into that, but you're actually going to put the effort into the other stuff, the stuff around it, which is what has happened in this game, to all that information that sort of feeds into making your player good, then I think it's really worthwhile. So let's go and show you how this works first of all. So we've got the opportunity here to put a strategy in place. We can alter things a little bit, so we'll go a little bit more high risk with the length of the ball. We'll stay with that first serve. I think we'll go with that passing shot. I prefer that anyway. I'm gonna say reduce, because we haven't put that much on the net ability. We've got this intensity bar as well, which is kind of nice. Drop shot frequency low. We don't want him coming to the net really. So we also got this. So we're going to take this serve and volley right down. I don't think we need to be focusing on any one thing here. Against serve and volley, I don't quite know what that does, but it sounds like the sort of thing. So moving the player around the court. Yeah, I think that all looks good. So let's go and see how this works out. We're going to have a look at the match. We're going to start with just playing a single point, and then we'll play a game, and then we'll try the decisive point button, which I've not seen in action yet. So first point's been played, and Uwaka is serving, and he won the point with a backhand winner. So let's click the decisive point, and it moves all the way here. So we've got 3 break points. This is good actually. So it takes you here to this point, so we can see who potentially then could change things up at this stage. So let's have a look at the statistics of the match. You can see we've had a double fault by the look of it. 5 of 8 first serves in. A few more. We're not getting winners, which is the problem. Okay, let's move forward then. So we win the first one. Can we get another one back? We can't. So he gets the break, and he's taken. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Not looking good. Let's keep going for now. And we do have a couple of break points of our own, and we have broken him. No, we don't. No, we haven't broken him. We've got a break opportunity. Another one. Oh, come on! Set point for Uwaka, and he gets the set. 6-1. A bit disappointing. So let's have a play with our strategy here. Let's have a look at what's going wrong for us. So first serve in, it's about the same. We're not winning any of our first serves when we get them in. We are with the second serves, but we're not with the first serve. And that is weird. So maybe we go a little more high risk with the first serve. See how that does. We'll actually up the drop shot frequency, get him into the net, because that was a weakness, wasn't it? And we'll up the intensity as well. See if that makes a difference. Wow, he broke us straight away. That's disappointing. 40 love. Okay, let's play the next game. And another. It's not looking good, is it? We are looking in all sorts of trouble here. We're really struggling to get anything together here. This is not good. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? First serve percentage has gone down. That's understandable. But we're winning even less points on the first serve. Right, we're going to try come into the net a little bit more, see if that works. No. But just not winning the points, are we? We're 4 love down. And we are 5. I thought we'd actually won something. We won a bunch of points, but yeah, disappointing. We have been broken, so we are 5 love down. This is not a good performance, is it? And he's got a match point and he wins it. So 6-1, 6 love. Really disappointing performance. I mean, he is way above us in the rankings, but I would have hoped to put a little bit more. We could have stirred up the audience. I'd have liked to put a little bit more there. I think fitness wise he's knackered on, and that was me having a night out beforehand, so that didn't help, I don't think. His intensity is only on 10%. So I don't know what that's all about. Short-term fitness needs to be higher as well. So I think there's a lot of things that didn't go to plan there, unfortunately. Okay, folks, we are going to leave it there. After being knocked out of the Rosaria Open, we sit here and lick our wounds. We'll have to head back to Barnstaple, where we're randomly living. Let's kind of go through my thoughts on the game, just briefly right at the end. I think there are many things this game does quite well. I think one of those is the array of different things that are available to kind of change around the game. So your activities, so you're going on holiday, your personal life. There's all sorts of things that can be altered within this game, which all kind of link into the character and all affect the character and how the character develops, and that really is exciting to me. I think I'm not seeing that done in another tennis management game, and I think it's been done really nicely here. And because of that, I think it makes things a little bit different from any of the other tennis management games, which gives it a place, I think, on its own, which is kind of nice. I guess on the downside, I think there's a couple of downsides to the game. I think it's very slow, certainly initially, to kind of progress. It takes quite a lot of time to do that, and I would like a way to kind of move forward more quickly through the day, and maybe set a schedule of the activities that you plan to do in the same way, or maybe have the activities you're able to put those into your training plan, or a diary, or some way of doing it, just so you can kind of plan it all out and you don't have to keep pressing continue all the time. It would be good if the game kind of stopped when you got a message and stuff like that, but I think speeding up that part of the game would be really good. I think the gameplay actually within the match, I think that's kind of nice. I quite like that, especially now with the decisive button. You've got a little bit of variety of how far you go forward. You can make changes to the tactics. It's not too complicated, which is nice. So you can sort of change things around and hopefully affect the way that your player is playing. Not today, it wasn't to be. Osaka will probably go on to win the tournament, but yeah, I hopefully been able to show you a little bit about this Absolute Tennis Manager. I hope you enjoy having a look at it. If you do enjoy this game, then please go into the description below. There is a link to a demo of this game, which you can then download and see if you like it yourself. If you've picked up this game already, or you like other tennis management games, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you like about this game, what you like about other games, what you thought about it in relation to some of the other tennis management games. And if you would be very kind and you enjoyed the video, please like the video, sub to the channel for more tennis management content, and I will see you in another video in the future. Thank you very much. Goodbye.